Beep, 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 beep.
What's going on, everybody?
You can see it.
Oh, they added more?
No, beep, beep.
Yeah. I don't like it though.
That's pointless.
Yeah, it
You were
is.
off in your own.
Beep, 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 beep.
Because you have to hit shift, right?
Now we gotta start
no,
all
no,
over
no, no,
again.
Because of you.
I didn't even do anything. All I said was beep, 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 beep.
I'm gonna make a drop of him saying just like beep, beep, beep. That's gonna be the actual sound.
Nah, if you didn't
Oh
get
my
crystals,
God.
that's cute.
I still need to work. Like I don't know where it's at. I gotta look way back in all that.
Hey, he has work way.
That's cute.
I gotta go way back in all that audio. All right. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome out to
Hola,
For the
hola.
Record Podcast, episode 7.
Siete.
7. To my left, I have my brother Paul.
Hola. I'll behave today.
Got the hood rat snack. Another one.
No,
Now we have Sour Pouch.
sour power,
Sour punch.
sour punches.
Sour punches.
They bring enough for the whole class, mamon.
I did.
No, you're the kid we don't like in school.
Give me my soda back then.
You
Oh,
want to
yeah.
make, you want
Shout
to
out.
make new friends?
Shout out.
You open up a brand new pack of Sour Punch.
Sponsored.
And then to my right, we have Miss Crystal, aka Mrs. Hans.
Hey everyone. Hi.
And then, of course, Mr. Hans.
Hans.
The Hans.
The Hans.
The Hans.
Like the Fonz, right? Hey. Welcome out, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate everybody for joining in. Let's get into our first topic.
All right.
Bio buttons.
Bio buttons.
Bio
F that.
buttons.
Paul, you're going to get a bio button?
What's a bio button?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah. It's a tracking device.
For what? Luna?
No, for you.
No.
We get to track your heart rate,
Respiratory.
respiratory,
Sleeping positions.
sleeping. Oh.
It's in the video.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, so they're gonna know your nalgas up every night.
Who would know that?
The button.
No.
The button nose.
so
Who
supposedly
would the information go to?
Supposedly
That's
it
what's in
goes.
question.
Well, no. Well, the things that I saw, right? The little bit of research I did on it, it's gonna go to
A
like
little bit of money.
Ala, este vato.
Hey,
Oh.
It's a
I'm
sugar
the
job.
only one
It's
that
the
does that. That's not even on right now.
He said a little
Way to
bit.
ruin the moment,
Before I
Paul.
was rudely interrupted by Mr. Child Sniffer over there.
God.
Anyway, so that goes to your
Smartphone?
primary care. No, you don't even have access to.
Yeah,
the
you don't have
information.
access to none of it.
It's going to your primary care physician. But they
Well, I
say,
don't got one.
well, but they say it's protected,
right.
HIPAA.
That's still dumb.
They said about cell phones.
Well, no, and I feel you, right?
Yeah.
But like, see,
None
so,
of your information gets shared.
well, so
my-
I thought there was a couple of interesting points on that video that I sent you. I don't know if you got a chance to see it.
I did.
I thought there was some interesting stuff to like take into consideration, right?
I
So
didn't watch a video.
you did not, but it's okay.
I don't watch videos.
All
We're
I
gonna-
know is right now I don't need the button to know my heart's beating really fast.
But no. So like, dude, they've already assessed that like cell phones, right? There's
The green ones are good.
shut up, stupid.
He just pulled a Biden right now, too. He's all, shut up.
God damn it. Cell phones, cell phone towers, cell phone signals, microwaves, like all those
Radioactive frequencies.
Yeah, they've all got an effect on the human body.
Yep.
Whether we like to admit it or not, we all know the FDA and the CDC and
But them
there's
hot
another
pockets,
one,
though.
FCC. The FCC is the one that
Pizza
likes
rolls.
to. They're the ones that regulate what is acceptable for the human body. But now we're talking about, especially in the colleges where this is where the story came from. That they're going to make it mandatory for students
To wear a
and
bio
teachers
button.
to wear a bio button.
Really?
It's going to track your respiratory. They're going to track everything to make sure that you're not going to be at risk of COVID infection.
But then do they
What they
That
accept?
should be a
say.
choice, no?
Well, it should
Should
be,
be.
first of all, yeah. But then do they also accept that if there's anything else that, like, if you get
I'll wear a
cancer-
button if they pay my tuition.
Allah.
There you go.
All right, there you go.
Right?
No.
You rather
mean,
pay
free
tuition?
choice, right?
That's like saying I'll give up my guns if they promise they'll take care of me. That doesn't make any sense. Like,
But again,
you-
it's his choice.
I guess you're gonna give up freedom. That's why you're a Biden supporter.
His face. Did you show him the picture? Did you take at the gas station?
Yeah, I sent it to him.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
He took the red pill.
He took the red pill.
I don't know. I think that's kind of stupid. Like if they force you to wear it, if you need to be
Well, see, that's
like
the thing.
to go to school,
Are
you
they
have to
forced
What
have
color
it.
is the button? I'm just kidding.
Are they forcing it
Do they have it in
technically
pink?
if you choose to go to the school? Right.
Whoa, one more time.
How are they forcing it if you're choosing to go to the school? Yeah, they implemented the system,
Well,
but are they forcing you?
It's like how do they take data from you without your knowledge? Like you download an app and there's all this stuff in the fine print that you don't read,
Right.
and you just so when you sign an acceptance letter to college, right, and you pay your tuition, you're agreeing to go to school under their terms and conditions. If somewhere in the paperwork hidden down there it says you got to wear this thing in order to be here, after you signed and paid your tuition, and then you decide to not do it, you should have read the fine print.
Yeah,
Well,
Because
and
college,
conditions.
whether we like it or not, college isn't a necessity.
It's not.
That's true.
It's a choice. So if you choose to go and you choose to go to those,
There's no correlation
Democratic-
between success and college. Just to let y'all know,
And it's a public school or private?
no, they're
it's university.
universities.
No, but
Yeah.
like my university I graduated from was a private.
I didn't
that-
know there was a
that-
such thing as a private.
Well, yeah, like
paid-
Our Lady of the Lake, isn't
Yeah,
that?
Yeah,
Our
Our Lady of the
Lake
Lake's a
is private.
private. St. Mary's is a
St.
private.
Mary's.
What what does private incorporate? Like you have to be accepted.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
not
well, yeah,
college-
yeah, you gotta
not
be-
like community college. You can just go and apply. And
Right.
Yeah.
Not really apply, but they just kind of welcome you.
Like-
But
in.
then aren't all universities private then? Because you have to
That's
apply
what I
to
mean.
all
No,
universities.
no,
What's the difference?
UT, like all the UT, SA, UT, Austin, it's all public.
Oh, that makes sense.
So
Like Texas
I'm assuming
A&M.
then, like those, so long as you're gonna pay, you can go. But at Our Lady of the Lake and St. Mary's, they don't care. I mean, I'm not gonna
Right.
say they don't care about money.
Because you can afford to go to Harvard, that doesn't mean you're welcome.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
won't get
yeah, yeah.
accepted.
Okay, I got you. Well then, next segment. Family Guy. I got a problem. I'm gonna be honest.
Grinds my gears.
I never seen Family Guy.
Never?
Really, never
Never. Is it good?
in like 20 something years.
I think he said 21 years.
been
just
a
as much
while,
as
yeah.
Simpsons, right? Almost.
No, Simpsons
No,
has been way
Simpsons been
longer.
around.
I've seen
way
the.
longer.
I like the Simpsons.
Simpsons is like 37 seasons in, 36 seasons.
I thought they
Like,
said they were gonna
Older
stop
than
it.
you?
I could have swore they were gonna do like a final episode or something like
Of The
that. I don't know.
Simpsons?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think they tried that like 6 different times
And
and
then
then,
it comes
it
back.
never happened. Yeah.
So yeah, voice
Simpsons
actor
family.
Mike Henry decided after 20 something years to step down as the voice actor for Cleveland, the black guy on the show. I guess we can say that, right?
Canceled.
We're gonna get canceled for that. Nonetheless, right? So he's gonna be stepping down as the voice actor for a black, perceptually cartoon character. He believes that
He's
Yeah.
basically
Should be-
saying a black person should be playing a black character.
a black character, right?
I think it's a publicity stunt.
How is that?
Well, because like right now with everything going on with the whole
It's-
Black Lives Matter and everybody's supporting, you know, black people and stuff like that, which I mean, whatever, but I think it's just a publicity stunt. Like,
I don't,
oh,
I
okay,
don't
well,
think
we
it's publicity.
should.
I just think he's being
He's catering
PC.
to that. Yeah,
he's just
trying
being
to-
politically correct. Like it's
Right.
not really publicity.
But why did he even bring it up?
Because I mean, I'm sure somebody somewhere down the line would have realized that a white guy was playing a black guy, a cartoon character,
Right.
and thrown a fit. Dude, they just got mad at the little kid from Transformers for playing a Latino. What's his name?
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah,
A Mex-
nobody like that.
yeah, a white guy
because he was
portraying a
playing.
Mexican.
Yeah, no. And
So
then
it's only a matter of time. So even if they're not enforcing it, right? Cancel culture is not enforcing. Again, at the end of the day, he made a choice. Is that choice a representation of what's to come later on? Are people going to assumably make this choice because of their guilt? Because if that's the case,
I
well,
think
then
so.
shouldn't a pedophile play a pedophile? Shouldn't a rapist play a rapist?
Yeah,
Right? Shouldn't an alien play an actual alien?
yeah,
If we're going to cater, then we might as well go full out, right?
I don't like the way the world is going right now.
yeah.
That's
no,
2020 for you.
it's stupid.
that's your presidential candidate.
So that's the
Oh
thing,
my
man. That kind of grinds my gears.
Yeah.
Is just the state of the United States is where we're headed.
Yeah, and I mean it's worked, right? Like it's worked for the last 20 whatever years that they've been on air. So, oops. Like I don't know. And
I
then all
like
of a
how she
sudden-
tries to hide it. And
I know.
I
Every
couldn't get
episode,
it through.
she's like
oh my god,
bringing the beer over.
Stop it.
Oh,
I mean, nobody would even really know what I'm drinking because I don't.
So is
drink
Family Guy funny?
regular beer. It is.
I think Family
It's
Guy
hilarious.
was funny. I don't know anymore. I don't watch it anymore.
yeah, I don't watch it anymore.
It was funny, but so was The Simpsons at one
Right.
point in time. Now it's kind of been like since I think I don't remember the Costello, I believe was his name, wasn't it? The original writer.
are they having to like tone it down because of all the changes
Cast-
or something?
cast-
well, see, that's the thing. Seth MacFarlane himself believes that as long as you generalize everybody, you kind of get away with it. South Park did the same thing, right? They use stereotypes of all people.
Uh-huh.
They're not just singling out individuals.
I don't know though. I think it depends on the creator itself. So like, is that guy a Republican?
Possibly.
Let's find out. I bet you it's on. It's got to be. I'm just saying because if
Wait,
he's
Mike or Seth MacFarlane?
Seth MacFarlane.
Okay, then.
Because I'm just saying, like, if he's taking like his comedy one way, but he's a Democrat and he's willing to bend the knee when need be, then nobody's gonna go at him. Like, and the other guys aren't they? They're Canadian, aren't they? So they could care less about our politics.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah,
So,
they really
like,
don't care.
Yeah.
Even if things went south here, in my opinion, why wouldn't they just? Do they even live here?
Yes.
Okay, but I mean, if they were attacked, you think that's gonna stop them? If they just
Oh, no.
go back to
It's free
go back-
speech.
Well,
We either protect free speech or we don't. One or the other.
Well, you can't now. Like in 2020, you can't have free speech. Like it doesn't.
No, you can
exist.
if we bend to it.
Yeah, like
Then
you
you're no
you
longer
can
gonna
only
have it.
say what they want you to say. Like that's it. Like because look at us on this podcast. Like we can't. Like because we're little people, we can't really get into it about politics. We can't really get into it about 2A.
Well, we can,
Like
but they're going to be in control of
right.
what's put
YouTube's
out.
Yes.
algorithms won't.
Right.
exactly.
Look at that, dude. They're listening.
So
All I
you
typed in
can't-
was, "Is Seth MacFarlane a Democrat?" All I did was type that in. We just talked about it.
What the?
Like,
Wow.
But I don't know. I think it's stupid. Like there's no such thing as free speech right now.
And the answer is
There isn't.
Seth MacFarlane, at age 31, made his first contribution to the Democratic Party, and that was last year. So
Well, that
again,
answers that question.
and it's cool. I mean, in a sense, right? Because like I said, he can go and poke and have fun at whatever he wants. But I think ultimately, if they were to come after him for anything, he'd just be like, oh, "Okay, my bad."
Yeah.
Which is why I don't like. Again, I don't think it's like a publicity stunt. I think it's a
Salud.
he's-
Thank you.
let's be a little before we get
Allergies.
attacked on some dumb stuff. Let's just beat everybody to the punch, right?
Yeah.
Let's pull an M and just tell everybody this is a white guy playing a black guy, but he's not gonna do it anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, go ahead, tell these people something they don't know about me, and drop the mic and just
Pretty
walk
much.
away, right? Like,
Are y'all's allergies bothering you? My eyes. Oh my-
That's me. That's what's going
probably
on
the
right
fan.
now.
no,
Yeah.
she's been like that all day.
I've been like this all day.
Coronavirus.
I swear, I thought this morning I like took my
thought I had
temperature
that.
3 times. Like I was like, I had a runny nose all day. You know how gross it is to have a runny nose and wear a
Yes.
mask?
Yes.
Like it's fucking
I was like
stupid.
I have to throw.
I know. And then you feel like you're walking around with like a wet spot on your mask all day long.
was in front
Like
of
it's so gross.
I was in front of a patient for like 30 minutes and it's just like dripping
Oh,
down.
it's,
Like,
Like, this is
Oh,
what
you?
a dog feels
Yeah.
like.
I was just dripping. Like, man, it was so
it's
disgusting.
so gross.
It was bad.
Wow, that's nasty.
Dude, for like a 30 minutes, then I
Yeah.
had to throw that mask away and everything. And
And it would like come
Liar.
and go, and I'm talking to my boss, and he's like, "Are you okay?" Because like my one eye would like just get all watery and start crying, and then I'm all,
He hit me.
"No,
Nah,
we
he
don't
doesn't.
do that. No, he'd be dead.
Ooh.
He'd be dead."
Oh, she does know how to
Trust
use a
me.
gun.
I do not use.
I do
guns.
like how you teach your kids how to use guns. That's pretty cool.
that's
They
the
need
red
to.
That
pill.
I-
Got to.
Yeah, they need to, man.
That I like. That's
Got
They
pretty
need
to.
to. I think that should be a subject in school.
Especially for their safety when y'all are not present.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because kids at least will understand the value in not pulling guns out on each other
Yep.
for fun,
Yeah.
per se.
Yeah. I like how they're not scared at all either.
Yeah.
And they know the responsibilities. And
Yes.
They,
I
So,
like what
like,
you mentioned
Max
one time.
went-
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I have to get this point across because it was awesome. I like how you brought up one time where the kids were playing with sticks as guns, yet they had their finger off the trigger
Yeah.
on a fake gun, right?
Yeah.
Like
They're,
that's
they're,
awesome.
they're there with a stick, like
Right.
with his finger
Yeah,
off.
Finger off the trigger
finger's off the
control.
trigger.
It's habit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You learn
That's
those habits.
awesome.
It is what it is. You start doing it as a kid, just for playing around, and then you go pick up a real gun, not knowing, that you're not putting that habit in your repertoire of what you're doing, what you're playing,
That's
or
cool.
whatever.
Because even like with their Nerf guns, they'll do that when we have our Nerf gun wars and stuff. Like they'll walk around with their guns, but they're like this the whole time until they're ready to shoot, and then they put
That's
their
cool.
finger on the trigger.
That's
Like
good.
they're always
Bastard shot me in the ass.
yeah. But like Max, like when we go skeet shooting, right? Max will not shoot a shotgun. He knows he's not ready to handle
That's cool.
that yet.
Yeah,
Really?
because
he's
too
shot
much of a kick.
before.
Yeah.
We let him shoot the shotgun before, 12 gauge.
Yeah.
But like he knows, it's just not.
now I
It's
know
too
a joke
much.
when he picks on me.
He's 12.
He's 12 when he picks on you.
But
when a
it's a-
12-year-old picks on
It's the
you.
same thing when we
Yes.
go to the gun range, though. He'll shoot her 9mm because it's a subcompact. He doesn't like mine because it's a full frame gun. They just stay away from my gun all in general.
Yeah.
Madison shot mine and Diamond shot. I mean,
Shout out, Maddie.
But Maddie also likes to shoot the AR.
Yeah.
Ooh.
and
Just
she's,
so
she's
you
pretty
know.
good with it.
She is really good with the AR. Paul.
Is there nothing more badass than a woman that knows her way around a gun?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Especially as the man when you're no longer in the house, like when you're at work, they're at home, and they can hold down the fort. That's awesome.
But see, but then too, that's why we have the dogs, like, because the dogs are at home, but the guns are at home too, right? So the kids know somebody comes through that door, you let those dogs loose. Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
dogs,
dude, I would-
the dogs go
I
first.
wouldn't want to be there with Kronos.
Kronos,
Yeah.
On the other side of that door.
Yeah.
Dude, he's 93 pounds already, dude. No way would I want
How many months?
8 months.
8
Dang.
months. Yeah. And we've already told Maddie, because like Maddie knows where the shotguns are and she knows where the shells are and everything. But we've told Maddie, like, you got to take a shot at someone, make sure the boys are behind you.
Yep.
If you hit a dog, then you hit a dog. Like, I love my dogs, don't get me wrong. I love them to death, but I love my kids more. So I'm like, dude, if the dogs are going at somebody and that person's not going back
Alejandro,
down,
is that true?
Look at my puppy.
Wait, we found out.
I don't know.
We found out who he loves more.
When your dog's the screensaver
Show
and
the-
not your kid.
Show the camera your puppy.
Look at my puppy. I don't know
oh,
if the.
he's such a
Yeah, I'll zoom
cutie.
into it.
He's a cutie. I love him.
The little
He's so
pooch.
freaking cuddly.
Dude, today I thought he was. I told Crystal, no homo. I thought he was gonna mount me, dude. He was like, I got home.
Yeah.
I got home and we just let him run around and I sat down on the couch and dude just like took me out, licking up all of my face, biting my ear.
Since
He
we're
was-
on the topic of dogs, how'd they find Charlie?
Oh,
Did he get lost again?
that was the same day.
Oh,
Same
okay.
day.
he was gone for what, 2 days?
Almost,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was almost
a
2
full
days.
2 days. So apparently my dad jumped over the fence in one of the neighbors' backyards,
Uh-huh.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
And no, the neighbors were actually there, kind of just drinking in the backyard, and my dad saw him. Like he was kind of behind a 4 or 5 foot fence. You couldn't really see him, but as soon as my dad looked over, he was right there just playing with a bunch of other dogs. Yeah, he was just
He was
chilling,
just chill.
having fun. But yeah, we were still trying to. We were worried because for one, he had his leash on him still.
Mm-hmm.
So if that gets caught on something,
Yeah.
and he's like out in the wilderness, who
Yeah.
knows?
But
right?
especially like where y'all live, like there's those big old fields out there. Like he could have gotten stuck somewhere and just
Yeah, that was my thing. Was it
That
was still on
sucks.
him, and it was the retractable leash too. But it doesn't have a lot of tension, right? So it's real
Yeah.
loose. So I figured if he got caught on something, he'd be out there and kind of hopeless.
yeah.
But I'm glad he's back, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
I love the little dog.
Yeah.
Keeps
And
our
it
sanity.
scares me. Yeah.
Oh,
It scares
for
me
sure.
when Kronos goes like outside the gate because like he can slip through the gate that you open. So it scares me when he goes outside the gate and he's like by the dumpster that's like on the road, and I'm like, oh my God, Kronos. But
Real quick, sorry, I know we're talking dogs, but I think this is pretty cool. 2 hours ago, Governor Abbott is limiting the drop-off spots for the mail-in ballots, 1 per county. I think that's pretty
really?
cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
that's
cool.
awesome.
So you're not having people go to different locations. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's pretty cool.
I'm doing the mail-in ballot.
Gay. You're such a Democrat.
Wow, really?
Go and vote.
I am.
Why you
Support your
scared?
president.
Huh?
Why are you scared? You're not going to like an actual voting site?
Do I still have a choice? I still have a choice, right?
Yeah, you do.
You always have choice.
No, since I
Yeah.
already asked for the mail-in, I
It
can
doesn't
still...
make a difference
It
if you didn't
doesn't
fill it
matter.
You
out.
could be a Democrat and send both.
You th- wait,
I love it.
you think that? You think that? Is that even like? Do you think they'll cancel one? I don't know. There's no way because if you go vote on November
Who knows?
3rd,
Yeah, but at the same time, isn't that a felony? So if you get caught,
I think it is.
it's a felony, bro.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's federal.
I bet you
Yeah.
people are gonna do it.
Oh,
And I do
no
not
doubt.
condone this
Yeah.
for those of y'all listening. I do not condone this behavior.
Well, no, it's illegal.
It's gonna
Like,
take
you
forever
can't
to
do
count
that.
those things.
Well,
too.
that's why
Yeah.
I thought it was cool because at least limiting the drop off to one location
Yeah.
in your county. Then now you've got a choice, right? You go to that one spot and drop off, or you find the closest walk up ballot box, like where you go physically. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Closest
Yeah.
to you. I'm cool with that.
I don't think the election's gonna be fully counted until like maybe
It could take weeks.
like beginning of December, and even
Oh yeah, because everybody goes like at the last minute.
even
Like-
if December, they're gonna want to recount both of them.
Oh yeah, for
Both of them.
sure. Yeah.
Even then, though, like
So when's the cutoff? If we're doing mail-in ballots, when's the cutoff?
I don't know.
I think it's the November 9th.
So if election day is November 3rd,
Third.
like how is it going to go that far?
That's
It
stupid.
doesn't make
because of-
sense.
It's because
Yeah,
of,
no, they're not. They already said that the election. I think they already said that election day is not gonna be the final day. Like it.
Isn't it usually like the 7th or something, election day?
I thought it was the 7th.
It's usually
thought
the. I
it's
think
always
it's
the
usually
7th.
the first Tuesday of the month.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Morpheus, are you taking the red pill
I'm not taking a
or
pill
the
at
blue
all.
pill?
I
You're not
don't-
taking a pill?
Nope.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I am. I think I am
You
this
take a
year.
pill?
Yeah,
I don't believe in the system, so
I think I am this
You-
year.
you have to
no,
believe
I,
that
I
you're-
don't. Like
you're-
I totally agree with you. Like I
so
really
then
do.
why waste time and go vote?
Because my vote matters, sir.
You've been
They
hanging around
want-
Paul too much.
They want to know my opinion.
Yeah, I'm sure they
Yeah.
care about little people from Texas and little tiny towns.
So,
I
but
don't know.
it does go by based off of population.
I think if people
So-
paid more attention to local government, we wouldn't even have this issue right now.
I
We wouldn't be
completely agree.
carrying. You know,
I com-
I was thinking about this, and maybe it's not the right thing to say, but
Say it.
Cancel.
who are we talking to? You know, I think it's.
18 subscribers.
120 as of today.
120
We moved up.
subscribers.
I just
What,
think
what?
tell me this is not ironic, and I don't know. This is just
Irony.
outside looking in, right? We got a whole bunch of black people, right, that are right now. That's like where a lot of the focus is at, right, and where they say that vote could sway one way or the other, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have a lot of black people that are Democrat, right? They
What, like 90-something%?
yeah, something like that, right? But isn't it funny how like Trump's a racist, right? He's a racist.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I mean,
Alleged.
according to them, right? But like, how can one white guy be racist? Like, if you're gonna say the white man is holding you down, like, and then you're gonna go vote for a white guy, how does that make
Yeah.
any sense? I didn't know different from the beaner on the street. If you're working for a guy in the fields, a farmer, and you don't like this farmer, but you say this farmer is racist, the farmer across the street is not racist, but they both white. So you're just gonna choose that either they're all racist or they're not. You can't say that white guy is racist.
Right.
Like I don't understand how they put it in. Then why are we saying that any like I don't know. It is to me it doesn't make any sense to say that he's racist and not every and then they had like white people in tons of white people bending down and saying they were sorry for things that they didn't do. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
Like
That's why I
so
don't
so
get
then they made a bunch of white people who were not responsible
For
for
anything.
slavery for anything,
anything.
right? They made them bow down or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So then they're categorizing all white people are racist.
Right.
So then how do they say this guy's racist but this guy's not? Why is there not somebody else that we're voting for?
Right.
So like if they had the power to sway a vote, then why would you vote at all?
For Kamala Harris. So
Well then again,
you're not
but
voting for Biden.
but the problem is they didn't want her. She ran for president.
Are we though? Are not we, but are they voting for?
They can
Kamala
be
Harris?
because she was running for the presidency.
Right.
And in the first set
But
of
if
whatever
Biden
it's
goes
called,
down,
which is gonna
running?
happen It's Kamala Harris.
Aside from all of that, that's why I said if more people paid attention to local government,
Right.
Yeah.
your governors, your mayors, your local, the way your state is run, we wouldn't be worried about what the federal government
I
is
love
doing.
Texas.
I kind of do, but the more Californians we let in here, the worse it gets.
The worse it does get. But I completely agree with you. Like, I think it's one of those things where it's like you got to get your house in order before you can go bigger than that. So in
Right.
order to go big government, to fix what's wrong with big government, your president, your senate, your house, like all of that stuff, you got to take care of what's in your state first.
Exactly.
It's so cute how they agree.
Not really. Like we're kind of like,
Y'all are
Man.
opposite at home?
We've been married for 14 years, way.
yeah, we don't agree with everything.
Nah, but
Doesn't happen.
it's just it makes sense. Like how can anybody be worried about what's happening outside of Texas when we live in Texas?
Yeah.
Especially like here in San Antonio.
Yeah,
Dude,
we
it
know
doesn't
what
take a genius
better
to
for
know
us.
that
Yeah.
north of San Antonio or like North San Antonio, there's an income gap there. There's people
Yeah.
that live up there that we don't live up there.
Yeah.
To the east, there's people that live there. To the west, central, downtown, it's segregated all on
it
its
is
own.
segregated.
Yeah.
So if we don't fix that here, how are we going to take this state to go to the federal government and expect
The federal
Our state-
government to fix everything.
everything?
To fix the entire United States. You can't do that. Like, worry about what's at home.
I
Like,
don't know.
each mayor, each governor should worry about home.
But that's why we need term limits. We need on everybody.
Yes.
Everybody needs term
Agreed.
limits.
Yeah, I agree on that too.
Agreed.
Everybody needs
There's
term
no
limits,
reason
honestly.
good old Nancy Pelosi should still be in office. Joe Biden shouldn't be in office. Like I just watched a video today of it was a black guy. He posted a video on Facebook talking about this dude's been in politics for 40 plus years and done nothing, and they want to.
Oh, he's done something.
I'm gonna say it. They want to shit on Trump.
He's collected that check.
Well, of course,
Yeah.
man. But they're gonna shit on Trump for 4 years, less than 4 years.
And went moose hunting.
My thing is this too. I don't think you should be voting
Oh,
if
man.
you don't know exactly what you're voting for, and it shouldn't be just to piss
Then
off
the voting age
others.
should go up higher. Then
Well, that's what I'm saying. But like, you shouldn't be voting Biden because of your hate for Trump.
Yeah.
You should know Biden's policies and actually agree with them for once.
I don't. I have prime examples.
Well, of course, because but what do we? This is the problem. Social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
it gets
that's a
around
big
here.
problem.
Not one time do I open up Facebook where it says, "Are you registered to vote?" What does Facebook care about whether I'm registered to vote or not?
They
Yeah.
want to vote Democrat.
Nah, I'm good. That's why I don't vote at all.
I agree.
I'm voting.
I think I might vote this
Biden!
year.
I think I'm going
This will be
to.
my first time.
Oh, you're gonna vote? Nice.
I think so.
Could we go together?
Which pill you taking?
What? The blue or red?
I'm going to take the red pill.
Red pill or the blue pill?
Are we going? They're the color of the party, right?
I'm taking the black tar heroin.
Yeah,
Dude. I don't know. I mean,
I'm
I
voting
think
red. I don't care. I don't care who hears it. I don't care anything. Like, I'm voting red.
no,
Like,
and it's
all
good.
it is.
Like I think everybody should have. I just if I don't believe in the institution wholeheartedly, I can't vote. Like,
whatever
I don't believe in the presidency.
whatever
I can't
color
understand.
I get next, that's who I'm voting for.
It's gonna
Do it,
be
do
blue.
it.
It's going to be brown. Caquita brown.
There's nothing but red in there.
No, there's blue and green.
There's like one blue one in there.
And then put it back.
8 red ones.
But yeah, no, I believe that's the other thing I believe in my opinion anyway. You shouldn't be voting if you don't believe in the institution.
You can articulate yourself on why you don't vote. People can't articulate why they do vote.
Right.
That's a problem.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, so if you can't even articulate, make a point as to why you're voting,
Right.
then I don't even think you should. I think you should have to almost like I gotta have a license to go get a gun and to carry my gun. Well, not to go get one, but
To carry
to
it.
carry my
carry it.
gun. Right. I
Well,
think there should be a license of some sort.
Driver's license, at least.
Okay, that's a huge responsibility.
Yep.
And according to whoever believes in this institutional structure the way it is, as far as I'm concerned, If I gotta have a license to drive, then I believe there should be a license. Let's make some more money off of these people.
I know
to go
someone
vote.
who doesn't have a license to drive.
Allah.
Mitchell.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I don't know. I think that if you don't believe in this the way it is,
I believe.
Look, I did it this time.
I know, but again,
I can fly.
Allah.
My idea of it is if
I
I'm gonna
believe
be an
I can
activist,
touch the sky.
I kind of have to be a part of the situation.
No, you don't.
Kind of do.
No, you don't.
You have to voice your opinion, and how do you get that across if you don't participate?
You voice your opinion. Like somebody else. If me going to a representative, to go to another representative, to go to another representative, to go to a president, to get my point across, no, I'll just carry my shit and do what I do. I don't need anybody's approval. It's in the Constitution. The Constitution,
Got
it
Bigsby,
pre-exists the government. Is where I was going.
natural
Our
rights.
natural. So then, why do I need the government? Why do they have to hear my opinion when my right should be guaranteed? They're only there because we let them be there.
Right.
So then, why do I care what they think?
Because you're electing.
I'm not
like,
electing exactly. So if I choose not to participate, then I do what I do. I handle everything the way I want to handle it.
Oh, I like that. It's true.
I think you should go vote.
I agree.
Nope.
No.
Because what if the state might turn purple when your vote is the one that turns it to the color?
Then if it turns whatever color, if they go full blown Democrat here in Texas and they come try to get my guns, they're gonna pry them from my dead hands. End of story.
I agree there.
Cold.
So
and
again,
dead.
so then at that point, then why play the game? Why pretend to play a game that doesn't exist?
So
Like, it really doesn't.
my question would be, what about the institutions that we can't control that we wish we could? We just talked about like abortion, and not that we don't have to get into that, right? But
Yeah, we do.
If they're okay, well,
No, because we
Do
have
it,
a
do it.
huge like
But-
conflict
well,
with
that-
that.
Oh,
No,
really?
we don't.
Yeah.
No, we
Oh,
don't.
I want to hear this now. go.
We agreed. We agreed. Like our conflict in the very beginning was, I'm not saying I'm pro life. I could care less what you do as a woman.
Right.
That-
You're
so
right.
we
you're right.
agreed. So
No,
the
you're right.
agreement is
Because
people-
I'm all for
abortions.
And I'm all for
that's
it.
cool.
Like, go for it.
I don't have an issue with that. Again, it's like those women that like to think that there's a lot of women that say that they don't depend on a man, but then those same women expect for men that are making laws, and now women, right? Women and men are making laws, but they expect the government to fund those abortions. And like, I just feel like, in my humble opinion, I don't care. I don't care what you do.
right.
You want to go have an abortion? Have 50 of them. I don't care. It's your veg. Do what you want. Don't have government, which is tax-paying dollars,
Right.
pay for that.
So that's what I said. The institution that's forcing these taxes that you're out of control,
It's the government.
right? But they're the ones electing these leaders. So again, it does have some kind of
No, because
representation.
because again, if we fixed it inside the state, right? Like again,
Which again, we elect.
we elect, but we look past our officials in the state, because where we at right now, everybody cares about these two white dumb shits that are arguing on stage about nothing. When we're not worried about like our mayors that are running these
Yeah.
these.
I agree there, yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. So
'Cause-
like, I just
yeah.
feel like, again, I don't really care. People can take this whichever way they want. I'm not.
You're not for the hierarchy.
Well, yeah,
Of-
that's
of all 49 other states,
No, dude, that's
let's
what I've been
control
saying it forever. I
individual
wish
states.
Texas would secede. I wish they would secede.
I'm
And
there
I
too.
really
that-
wish they
dude,
would.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it to me that's the only way. They talk about how a lot of Democrats talk about how socialism now it's democratic socialism, right? They keep saying that it's never been done the right way. Well, let's just prove a point. Let's secede. Let's have Texas do it their way, and let's run a test per se, right?
Right.
That would be awesome.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, you watch how quick all the people in Austin run when you turn the lights on. They're like cockroaches. Poof, back to California. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
dude. I don't know. I
Oh,
said,
you're pro-life, pro-choice, or nothing?
I am pro-life,
Same here.
and that's
Really?
cool.
and
I'm
it's
just-
a choice, right?
Yeah.
I have the right to believe what I want to believe. I don't believe like we talked about, right? Like just how you said, right? So I have a thing about consent, right? So if the only reason this per se child is created was because of consent, right? Two people decided to lay together in a consenting manner, and I'm not going to get into the rape and get it. Let's focus on one individual thing first, right?
Because those numbers are minuscule.
99.7%
Right.
are because of convenience and not because of rape or incest or anything. So we'll look at the majority right now, right? If two people consented to lay down together and it formed a creation of a child, does the man not have consents per half 50-50, right? I'm not saying a man has 100% or 90%. I'm saying 50% in consent of what happens with the child, right?
Yeah.
So that's just my opinion, right? Again, I'm not forcing anybody to believe it. It's just my opinion, right? So why doesn't the man have some kind of say-so in the consent of the abortion? If he's against it, should there be consequences for the female or the physician for being an institution that creates this obligation to do an abortion?
Well, and look, but let me stop
the
you.
man's consent.
Let me stop you there, because it wouldn't even come to that if we didn't fund them.
Exactly.
If that same couple was on the hook for $3,500, $4,000, $5,000 for that procedure, if that same couple, if it fell on you, I guarantee you there wouldn't be a baby before that $5,000 had to come out of your pocket. So that's what I'm saying. So like, to avoid that argument, because you're gonna get shit on. Like, there's no woman in their right mind that's gonna say, yes, you have 50%. It's in me, fool. You don't get that say so, right? I'm just saying you lose that.
I absolutely agree.
I'm just saying there's a lot of women.
Right.
I was gonna say, well,
we
hold
can't
on,
generalize all, right?
Yeah,
I can, because I just like to.
So here's the thing, like the Dave Chappelle special, right? If he says, if you have the right to murder this baby, I have the right to not pay.
Yeah.
My money, my choice.
No, and I can. Well, okay.
That's a stretch, bro.
But is it?
Yeah, because she had the kid. Like, so you're talking about.
But it's 50-50, right? So if you decide not to pay, why get upset when the man walks away and not wants to pay, right? At the end of the day, he consented.
Again, you want to fix this.
But then I think that's where you have to.
If you're going to argue responsibility of the man,
no.
You have to argue responsibility of the woman.
Right.
No, 100%. Like, I completely agree, because if the guy, like, you both consented, right? A baby forms out of this magical experience.
Cochineros.
A baby forms out of this, right? But the guy tells you, no, like, I don't want this, and the girl's adamant about doing it. Like, I think at that point, the guy shouldn't be on the hook about it. Like, if the guy is willing to pay for the abortion and pay for, to get rid of it and everything, but the girl decides to keep the baby, then it should be on the girl. Like, it shouldn't be on the guy at that point.
Again, though, you're arguing things, like, or not arguing, but like, you're bringing up points, right? That these can be fixed very easily.
Right. By not having
by accountability. No, not even not having the sex. Dude, go hump all you want. Take the power out of the hands of the government to fund these things, so that you're held self-accountable, right? So that, dude, if between the two of you, you decide, hey, look, I'm gonna hit it and quit it. She's like, hey, I have a kid, and you're like, deuce, and she's like, all right, well, then I'll go do my own deal, right? I'll decide whether I'm gonna keep it or not, right? Because it's on her at that point. She knows that it's on her, but that's what I'm saying. All of this can be. I think we could stop arguing about it if we stop subsidizing
someone's birth control person.
Exactly.
Birth control. Like, okay, so I think I truthfully think Planned Parenthood is a good resource to have there, specifically for their birth control.
Murderers.
Like, just for their birth control. Like, I completely agree with you in what you're saying about not funding the abortions part of it. But if Planned Parenthood was there strictly for the birth
for an
control
educational.
Part of it,
Or an educational,
yes.
I agree.
Shouldn't they start in the household?
No, of course. But,
no. You're
but there's a lot of,
100% right,
because we're a red state, there's a lot of very, very conservative people, right?
Yeah.
The time that we're in, dude, I mean, I got 7.6 inch screen. I can watch what I want. So can my kids. Realistically, my kids can watch what they want, right?
And they do.
And they do. So
Since they were like 8.
But I have educated my boys, right? I explain to them every day.
Yeah.
There's a different conversation that happens every day involving situations, just so that they're aware of, right? But I don't think there's anything wrong with having like a Planned Parenthood for a child that maybe doesn't want to talk to mom and dad.
Don't squirt your gravy if you want no babies.
Almost. If there's a child that or a kid that doesn't want to speak to mom and dad, right? An outlet.
Right.
We have counselors.
Oh, so
there's
no
difference.
You already had the talk with them?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
dude.
of course.
Yeah, they're of age.
I think I
They're of
had that
age.
talk with Madison when she was probably like 8 or 9 years old.
Just kidding.
Wrong
But
time.
don't even do it.
Nah,
I would throw my phone. I would throw his phone at you.
How she handle the talk?
She was good with it. She's been good with
Do you
it and
continuously
everything.
for
For
that
sure.
conversation?
Yes.
Bro, every time,
And-
especially for me, because of the times we're living in, like they're talking about like consent doesn't even matter anymore. In some states, like the girl can give consent and then like
Lie
my
that-
bad.
yeah, lie that she
no,
didn't.
no, it's not. So I tell the boys, I'm like on them every day. I'm like, dude, you need to be aware
Oh, man.
of the situations that you're in because it's hard to be a young man.
Right.
We're just living in those times, but I think it's beneficial for a dad to have those conversations and tell
Right.
his kid again.
But
I also
not
think-
a lot of people do that.
That's what I'm
because
saying.
I grew up like that. You grew up like that. Like we didn't have that outlet with our parents.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
we didn't have that type of relationship with our parents. But when I got pregnant with Madison at 16 years old, it's like, okay, I'll be damned if my kid has a baby at 16 years old. So anything and everything, I'm going to talk to my kid about.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to talk to my kid about it. And if she's got any questions, she can always come and ask me. If she needs help, she can always call me. And I've told her, if you're at some party drunk off your ass at 1 o'clock in the morning, you can't drive home, you call me and you tell me.
But I also
So-
think that's also like we're talking about. That's just a deal of the times, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they have computers in their pockets. Like we
Yeah.
have to
You
make
have
that
any
adjustment.
questions, mijo?
Why your nalgas all wango?
can hear him clap.
So anyway, that's how I feel.
How'd
about
the, how'd the boys
situation,
take the convo? Or have you talked to them?
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I tell them every day, man. I try to tell them as much as I can to have them prepared.
Because I'll ask you one day on how you presented this.
Dude,
And
it's
it's really
clear
just
cut to the point,
yeah.
dude. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Like
I don't-
you
I
can
don't-
really beat around the bush
No,
with
I don't-
it.
I don't like to
What,
do
what
that.
age did you tell them at?
they were 11 and 10.
11 and 10.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
and
About
only because,
11,
dude,
10
again, so if you look
I think
at
that's the right age.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a good
I
age.
think
and
that's
well,
a
dude,
really-
there's like
So I
15-year-olds. Sorry, no offense, but there's 15-year-olds that are getting pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh, even
But I think you
younger
have
than
to,
that, too.
like,
yeah.
I think you have to beat them to the punch, right? So it's like 5th grade, 6th grade that they start doing the whole puberty
Girlfriend
talk.
and- yeah.
No,
No,
the
no, in
puberty
school.
talk. In
They
school,
do the
it's like
whole,
5th or 6th grade that they
okay.
start talking to
What
you
is it
about
in
having
physics or not physics?
Because I had
health.
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 Because I had
Yeah.
sex ed
Physics,
in
friction.
sixth grade.
The hypotenuse
Oh
and inertia and momentum.
Wow.
They break it
Bill
down
Nye,
into
the science
that
guy.
guy's not a scientist.
You're so dumb.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Oh, my God.
So I think Maddie took that course
Physics.
in 5th grade, and I think the boys didn't have it until 6th grade.
I had it in sixth grade.
So Maddie
We never
took
got
it in
that
5th
course, I
grade.
guess, because we're on the west side. And
Probably,
They were
I
lost
don't know.
causes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
They're like, we
but-
need more people in jail. Just do what you do.
they were like, you'll probably have a baby before you see this video.
Yeah,
While
like
you're
3.
watching it.
you know what's crazy is when we had sex ed, we had those old school like projectors with the little plastic, and the light under it.
Yep.
Like imagine now them watching videos of like 4K.
4K,
Yeah.
120 hertz.
Like let's just put Superbad on there and let them learn about sex. You know what I mean?
Well, see, and that's the thing. I think that age is ideal because, again, they have access to it, right? Mm-hmm. You can't. It's like giving a kid a loaded gun and not teaching them about what happens when you pull the trigger. Somebody's gonna get hurt, right?
Yep.
So they give these kids
Tablets.
an outlet to the world without explaining. And I remember when Dime got in trouble with something stupid. He was doing a report on an animal. Guess what that animal was?
Moose?
What was the animal?
It was a cougar.
Wow.
Google that and then
Google
hit images.
cougar. And tell me what you're gonna find.
So,
Yeah.
dude, again, they gave my son a loaded gun and didn't tell him, hey, check it out, man. Wording, blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, I'm with the kids. Dude, with the boys, I tell them just like I would tell them
Wow.
is if we got into a shooting. Like, it's that, to me, it's that serious, right? be careful what you say. Don't say, oh, I didn't mean to shoot him, right? Well, you can't say, oh man, I didn't mean to lay her down and do bad things with her. Like, it doesn't work that way, dude. If you're gonna do it, you got to do it. You got to be accountable. And if the outcome that comes out of that is a child, then hey, dude, you man up and take care of it. Or if the kid, if the girl and the parents decide to get rid of it again, so long as at that point, I feel like some part of it would be my responsibility. I got no problems paying, right? If one of my boys at 16, 17 years,
oh yeah,
yes.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Because I wouldn't put that little girl.
Kids.
Well, no. Well, what I'm saying is, like, say the girl in the relationship, right? If Dime hooked up with some little girl and got her pregnant, she doesn't want to be pregnant. The parents don't want her to be pregnant. I damn for sure don't want to be a grandfather less than 40 years old. And they were like, we want to get rid of this kid. I'd pay for it, or not, or I'd pay a part of it. Yeah. Because again, I would never put. Let's say they're 14 at the time, right? Why would I put that 14-year-old girl through that? No, I'm not against. Again, that's what I'm saying. I'm not against it. I don't like it. I'm not against it, but I can't. There's no way. I would rather hold my son accountable.
What if she wants it and he doesn't?
There's none of that. Not as far as I'm concerned.
Not in my house.
My son will step up and take care of what he's got to take care of, or he can get out of my house.
Exactly. Yeah. That's where I'm at. That
is exactly where I'm at. But I'm so
because if you don't kick him out, you're condoning it.
Of course. Then we're the government. We just funded him going to have a kid. He's gonna walk away and go do it with somebody else. Exactly. We create these little.
But with Madison, it's the other way. It's like, okay, dude, if he doesn't want to step up and do it, then you know what? You got me and Dad here. Like, we will help you with. If you want to keep this kid, me and Dad are here. We will help you support this kid.
Grandpa,
and that's your choice. That's the beauty about it. I give you that.
So
that's
we're.
Your choice
but if she decides, because like I was never that person. I could never. I'm all for somebody having an abortion. Go for it. If that's what you feel that you have to do. Go for it, right? I'm all for it. I could never do it though. I could never be that person at all. Like I'm all for it. Like that's your body, that's your life, that's your whatever.
Right.
And that's where like I don't get the argument on the pro-life side, right? Like,
well, let's use this instance, right? Say I get my significant other pregnant. She wants to go through with it. She wants to go through with it, and I don't agree with it, right?
Okay.
Where is my say so? In wanting to have a child,
you don't. You just walk away. Then, if she's not going to give you your say, right? If your say is I don't want it, but she wants it, then absolve yourself of sign your rights. Tell her I don't want anything.
No. I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying I want that child. That's my child. That's my seed.
But she doesn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you should have chosen a partner that was on the same page as you. That's how I see it.
But people change.
Well, they were on the same page when they had sex.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, no.
That goes back to consent, right? You knew the possibility of laying down with me, what it could cause.
I know, but ultimately, you're not going to put in the work for those 9 months. Like,
but that's where you have to talk to that person that you're with to not
the anger, the food, the money, the work.
Stupid. But that's where you have to have that conversation with that person. Like to me, it can't be a matter of, oh my God, like we're pregnant. Like you had to have those conversations. You have to have been in this long term. Like it can't be something that you've been with somebody for a year,
right?
And then it's like, oh, like
or she changed her mind.
Like,
well, how would you know?
You didn't
know
take the time to get to know that person.
Because we were in that boat, right? 6 months I knew her. Then it was 6 months that I knew her. Then we decided we were gonna get married a year later. But we already had. She was gonna have Dime when we got married. She was pregnant. But I didn't get married because she was
planned.
Pregnant. Yeah,
he was
like
planned.
we talked it out. I knew I wanted a kid. She knew she wanted a kid. We moved forward, right? But as you say, we were together less than that was less than a year.
She could change her mind.
She could have changed her mind. Demetrios and Maximiliano.
That's tough.
Yeah.
See, that's what I mean.
It was rough.
The beauty about this conversation is we agree to disagree.
Yeah.
And we can have a legitimate conversation. A lot of people don't believe you can. Mm-hmm. You can have a heated debate at that.
Yeah.
But there's more commonality in it than it is different.
Yeah.
Well, I think once you fully hear somebody's side of whatever it is, right?
I think the problem is that some people dehumanize the conversation.
Yeah.
Of course.
Right? I want it this way and that's it, right?
Yeah.
But there's no human element to it.
Yeah.
Right? You're not understanding that this is a child.
Mm-hmm.
This is a life.
and I agree. You know, like I said, I was 16 years old when I had Madison. You know, I had the opportunity to have an abortion with her because I was 16 years old. Mm. You know, but we survived. She's a senior this year. Like she's graduating. She's an adult. She's She's a human being, you know. So to see her now, and
in that,
her father did ask for an abortion.
in that sentiment, should they be like in Planned Parenthood, right? The same way they're giving you the education about, you know, the possible medical and all that, the issues of having it, should they also give you the information about what if you allow this child to go through, like what are the benefits, right? And not so much like medical benefits, right? Because that's always an issue. But let's say we show you 2 videos, right? One where a child was conceived and then, you know, it was born, and then one where it was aborted. Let's show the stories and their differentiating factors and see what you choose from.
I think like
because then we're humanizing both sides.
So like truthfully, in my opinion, before it got real mainstream, before it got real big, Teen Mom was a really big.
I remember
was that
was
first
massive.
season
it was massive.
really big because it showed what these moms went through, and it showed both sides of it. It showed, I think it was the second season where it showed that they had an abortion. That one couple, they had an abortion, or they gave the baby up for adoption. Oh no, they gave the baby up for adoption is what happened. But everything that they went through, like even till now, like I can see it now. I think her
that
name's
big girl,
Caitlin.
that skinny dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like even now you can see it. Like they have their own family now. Like he's working, she's working. They have their own family. They're older now.
Oh,
they're
then they
able to
had a
take care.
kid later, right?
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
they had a kid way later. But then you see the other ones that they've had. You know, they've had that one mom that had twins, and they're both special needs twins, and her life is devoted to those twins. But then they show another mom that her kids, you know, she's got one kid or whatever, but she's having issues with the dad. Like I think Teen Mom was a great concept in the beginning, but
I think they used it to normalize this shit.
well, yes, no, exactly. You're right. They did normalize it.
There's
They
people
did.
there's people that just learned that they could. I don't think they learned. I think they took it as, well, so all we got to do is get pregnant at this age and we can make money.
I think so. Anyway, so I agree. They normalized it, but I think they really showed. I truthfully think that they showed a lot of the life of what you're gonna go through if you have a kid that young. Yeah.
You have to have a happy medium. We don't agree on everything, right? We disagree, we fight, we get into spats. It is what it is. There has to be a point where we meet in the middle of the road and say, hey, look, man, you know what? As a man, I'm wrong all the time. It's my fault. Let's just get that out of the way. Save yourself the argument. That's the median, right? You're finding that happy spot where you can coexist and move forward. But
I've been wrong
you have.
once.
She's all right
When I
now.
married
I'm
you.
wrong about being
She's
wrong.
all when I married you.
No,
She's all, but I could have been right.
never. I love you.
Say, when I'm right, I'm right. When I'm wrong, I could have been right, so I'm still right, but I could have been wrong.
I could have been wrong.
Anyway, but yeah, I think, dude, going back, if we take out
Government.
and giving them the ability to say, because, dude, who's to say on a moral level, right? A man and a woman couldn't sit down and say, hey, you know what? I know you don't really want this kid. I really want this kid. Can we work this out, right?
Yeah.
Between the man and the woman, right? It stopped being that when we started having marriages, right? When you involve the government, it's a third party into a contractual agreement, right?
Yeah.
And we've had this conversation before. When you get married, all that happens is both of you become the female. It's that simple. Dude, you look at it. Look at it.
I like the way you said it, though.
What? Check this out. When you get married, right? There's a whole lot that happens. You get married, right? You got to go to the courts, right? Because it's funny how they say that state, government, church and state are separate, right?
Separate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could get married with the church and it doesn't count, or what?
No, yeah, it does. When we got married, we still had to go downtown. We still had to get a marriage license. And then when we went to the church to go and get married in front of the priest and God and everything else, when we had to go and do that, it was still the priest saying, and by the power invested in me by the state of Texas, I now pronounce you.
So the state still gets their cut.
Yes.
Well, and again, so then we get to the point where, like, none
Now
of
you
that,
can
like
cut
she
in.
said, just to put it again all out there, the way I wanted to explain it was, in order for them to keep their tax exemption, you have to go get that little seal on a piece of paper and have it signed, right? That has to come from the state. The minute you sign that, you both people become female. Essentially, it's like going to ask for your hand, like for her hand from her father, right? But both of us are going to dad and asking, can we get married? We're going to the government. Can we get married, right? Then he signs the paperwork. Now we're allowed to go get married. We go and we do the deed and everything happy, right? Yay, throw rice, kill birds, all that good stuff. We do all that good stuff, right? So check this out. So this is how you both become female, right? In your contract that you sign with the government, whatever you two acquire together is split down the middle, right?
Yeah.
And whatever you had, what's your famous?
UAD, I want half.
But what's your famous saying?
What's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine.
Because at the end of it, it doesn't matter, dude. I could have been working. Say you get married at 40 years old, and your house and everything that you've accumulated up to that point should be yours. But you go sign that little document, you become a female. Because when you want to go get out of that marriage, guess who you got to go ask?
Daddy.
You got to go ask daddy. You got to get the government to sign off. You can't even get it annulled. That's the word, right? Annulled in the church without documentation from the court system.
Well, no, not even. Well, you got to go through the court, but then
that
you got to
sounds
go.
like a headache.
Like to get your marriage, because it's an annulment
get married
through the
first.
church. It's not an actual divorce through the church. You can't just get divorced. You have to. Your whole marriage has to get annulled, like it never existed through the church. Well, this is a Catholic church, right?
I was gonna say, it doesn't have to.
Yeah. Like it
means,
yeah. So if you want to go back and get married through the church again, like a second time around, there's only like 2 stipulations. Your spouse has to be deceased, or you have to go and get it annulled through the church. So you still have to go to the Pope and the Archdiocese and all of them to ask them for permission so that you two can make it seem like y'all were never married. Like it doesn't.
And she gets half.
Yeah, and you still get
because
the
government
said that you still get half. It doesn't matter.
Or you get $2 million a month and
yeah, or you get $2 million a month in support, spousal support.
But and those are the crazy things, dude. The contracts that, again, dude, going even back to this bio thing, right? The button, it's the same thing, dude.
It's in the terms and agreement.
Exactly, dude. Because
terms and
there was
conditions.
a long time ago, we used to be able to get married. You had family Bibles, right?
Yeah.
But it's simple. When the government kills God out of the home, right? They don't allow it in schools anymore. You can't kneel and pray. And I'm not even a religious man, but I think that when you take that, it's a moral foundation, right?
Yeah.
Thinking back to our conversations about religion and the Bible, right? I don't believe in any of it, but I also think that like our foundation of our morals, right? The 10 commandments that to me is common sense, right? Yeah. But I don't think without that story, I think it would have been hard to get everybody on the same page, right? Morally, exactly. Yes, sir. But when they take that away from you and they just slide in, hey, you know what? Sign this here.
Yeah.
Sign this here. Yeah, don't worry about what it says. Just sign here.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people understand what they're signing. Like I said, do you download apps? Oh, this app needs permission for your camera and your microphone, your contacts list, and blah blah blah. And you're like, most of the time,
it's a banking app. Like,
well, for the longest time, we were like, oh yeah, no problem, because they told us it was safe, right? Oh, don't worry about it. Everything's good. Then Snowden happens, and he tells everybody that they've been spying on us.
Yep.
The cameras can turn on. Everything goes haywire, right? Now all of a sudden, we want to fine read. Well, not everybody, right? Out of convenience. I mean, again, I'm in the same boat. I carry this fancy $2,000 phone. Y'all carry your iPhones, right? They track you. They listen to you. They know what you're doing. Mark the Zucks knows when you're taking a crap. Dude, it's the same thing. They
learn your habits and they advertise to your habits.
Have you seen the social experiment?
Dude, no. Rogan was just talking about it. The Social Dilemma.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
I saw a little bit. It's good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nah, I want to check it out.
That was a good movie too.
My
Social Network was a really good movie.
$2,000
Justin
phone.
Timberlake, right? With your boy
No, it
Justin.
wasn't
JT. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's the one that's like,
That's so fun.
take away the.
Yeah, and he felt he owned like 3/4 of the company after
I just
that.
find it funny that he used to own a piece of MySpace and then he did the Facebook movie. That's
Yep.
pretty funny.
I miss MySpace.
I don't.
I liked MySpace. Like, I think it was cool, like, cause you could like customize all the backgrounds.
That's what it
and
was.
Shit like
I
that.
could spend like hours and hours on that
Yes.
and just be mindless.
You pretend you know how to code.
Yes.
That's
You
how.
just highlight a bunch of text, right click, copy,
Yeah.
paste.
And then
Yes.
you can alter a few numbers and letters here.
Yeah.
You're all,
Yeah.
man, I'm a coder
I
now.
got
Do you know how to do that, Paul?
stuff.
Huh?
You know how to code?
Not really. No.
No.
Some IT guy you are.
No, I thought you created your own website, but that's not coding, or you already had like pre.
Yeah, it's already like
preset?
free. Yeah. There's just
Okay.
some things that I changed.
Okay, it's just a website you went to that
got
you
you.
can.
Yeah, just some
add-
things you
Random
could change.
generator.
GoDaddy.com.
Yeah.
I hate the little stereotype where they hear that I'm IT and they expect me to be able to fix iPhone.
Can you hack the
computers.
FBI
Like,
database?
they
For
think
real.
I know all that.
Can you
stuff.
open the trash bin and go through everything?
Hey, my toaster's not working.
I had a
Oh my
family member
God.
that used to do that. She used to open up trash bins like in the computers and open up everything you ever deleted.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
nice,
dude.
nice.
That's cool.
That's why I burn everything.
She
Well,
said-
I did. I was gonna say I like I guess
She
like,
said
in
everything's
the-
compressed into 1 kilobyte.
yeah
That is nuts.
yeah.
You can have thousands and thousands of gigabytes, terabytes, and it compresses into 1 terabyte.
well, it's
Or
like
one-
printers.
1
People
kilobyte.
don't. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't even know about that for the longest time. And, like the
Everything's
companies,
stored
yeah,
everywhere.
like companies,
it doesn't
schools.
matter how
There's a
much
hard drive in
shredding
So
printers.
kids,
you-
your Snapchat videos don't delete after 24 hours.
Dude, I had to tell. I had to tell all my kids. I'm like, dude, look, I can go to my phone right now.
Oh yeah, you could buy
You-
some forensic software.
No,
for
you don't
the
even need
trash-
to do
you
that.
No,
don't
for
even
So-
need to
the
do
no
that.
for the trash can on the computer.
Oh,
On the My Files, and you go to internal storage. What is it called? Snapchat.
Snapchat.
yeah.
Well, you don't really Snapchat either.
Yeah.
I don't like
Like-
Snapchat.
I don't
No.
either. Like I had it because
Well, see, so we've gotten to
It was
the
like
point.
a free OnlyFans.
So
they monetized
Yeah,
Snapchat.
they
too.
monetized Snapchat.